The Boston Red Sox have done it. They are the 2013 champions of Major League Baseball, giving them their third title in 10 years. 6 months ago, when the term Boston Strong was coined after the tragic Boston Marathon bombings, it was a seemingly weak city, dealing with devastation, of course. In terms of sports, however, the city is one of the strongest. The Red Sox have won their fair share of titles with 8 World Series, along with the Celtics, who have won 17 championships, the Bruins, who have won 6 Stanley Cup championships, and the Patriots have won 3. When MVP David Ortiz was interviewed at the end of the game on the field, he pumped up the crowd and referred to Boston as our freaking city. Except he didn't use the word freaking. He used another word that sounded pretty similar to that. Ortiz had an outstanding .688 batting average in the World Series, which helped him make the case that he is one of the best athletes to ever play professionally in Boston. The Red Sox won a World Series clinching game at home for the first time since the 1918 season. The NBA season just started a week ago. The new-look Brooklyn Nets, with their new head coach, the best Nets player of all time, Jason Kidd, and the best Boston Celtics players of the decade, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, join a loaded Nets team. Their starting lineup features 5 potential All-Stars: Deron Williams, Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Brook Lopez. Their win-now attitude may give the Miami Heat, who had won the championship the past 2 seasons, a run for their money. If the Nets don't do it, however, it will most likely be the Indiana Pacers, who get a healthy Danny Granger back, the Chicago Bulls, who get a healthy Derrick Rose back, or the New York Knicks, who were the second best team behind Miami in the Eastern Conference last season, with the NBA's leading scorer, Carmelo Anthony. Other stories in the East include the Pistons signing Josh Smith, the Hawks signing Paul Millsap, the Wizards trading for Marcin Gortat, the Cavaliers drafting Anthony Bennett first overall, the Magic drafting Victor Oladipo second overall, and the Charlotte Bobcats signing highly prized center Al Jefferson. The Golden State Warriors come into the season as one of the favorites to win the Western Conference after signing free agent Andre Iguodala. They are loaded with three-point shooters like Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Harrison Barnes, along with key big men Andrew Bogut and David Lee. The Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio Spurs, and Los Angeles Clippers, however, are in a class of their own with their talented display of offense and defense. The Houston Rockets signed top free agent Dwight Howard to pair him up in the paint with Omer Asik. The Rockets have a deep team this year for sure. Other stories in the West include former Nuggets head coach George Karl not returning to the team, the Grizzlies keeping most of their players from their successful team last year, the Pelicans signing Tyreke Evans, the Timberwolves signing Kevin Martin, the Mavericks adding great passer Jose Calderon, and the Lakers losing out to the Rockets on re-signing Howard. The Lakers lost significant depth this offseason. Finally, the Utah Jazz lost both of their big men, Millsap and Jefferson. It should be an enjoyable season for NBA fans. The 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia is 94 days away. It begins on Friday, February 7th, 2014. The Tampa Bay Lightning have continued their hot start to the season by defeating the Carolina Hurricanes and the St. Louis Blues. Their current record is 10-4, which puts them 2 points behind the Pittsburgh Penguins for the best record in the Eastern Conference. Their next game is a matchup versus the struggling Edmonton Oilers. However, they have a brutal schedule starting Friday in Detroit. They then face Boston and Montreal on the road, then Anaheim at home, and then they travel to the West Coast to compete against some of the league's best teams, such as San Jose, Los Angeles, and Anaheim again. Steven Stamkos leads them with 11 goals and 9 assists. That's all for Sports Flavor with Greg Praver this week. Thanks for watching.